how far do you think he's now going to be able to keep the Rosa? I think that's a question as well. So,
Ooh,
I mean,
that is a
stage
good
four
question.
looks
Um,
interesting, but I think he could maybe, or stage
let's
five
have a
even,
look.
stage five, sorry.
Yeah, I think he'll hold. Yeah, stage four. I think stage five will be fine. Like, yeah, there's a couple of hills in there, but I think given the hills that have been going on here, I think he's stand a decent chance. It's only if you see some GC riders want to really put the hammer down and test the other GC riders, you might see Pedersen be put into difficulty, or if Q36.5 have a particular wish to really nail it on for Pidcock, they might try and drill that. But I think stage five is fine. Stage six, realistically, stage seven would be where I'd expect Pedersen to lose it because although the average of that climb is 5.6%, the last 2.6Ks is 9%. So I don't think Pedersen would hang on to that because there would be a juicy battle going on there. So I will say, yeah, I think he'll hold on to it. He'll lose it on stage seven, basically.
Yeah, I think that's quite fair enough. You would think Primoz Roglic, very happy with losing the Rosa and, as you said, all the obligations. Yeah, I mean, so far so good for Roglic, but another rider you mentioned, Wout van Aert, bit worried about him. Obviously, he came in with sickness, but he was so good on the first stage, nearly taking the win, and then nowhere here and getting dropped on the climb. Should they be worried about Wout van Aert, or what do you kind of think he can do deeper into this race, or is he going to ride himself into form?
Yeah, I would be a little bit concerned. Like you say, stage one was so good. I think that yesterday, okay, you can always just like write that off. It's like, okay, well, he was obviously he would have been trying to try and get the Maya Rosa, but it's just like you don't know how he's doing in terms of his TT ability. But I think he dropped quite early. Like it was in the first half of the climb that he dropped, and this is a climb where we would think that Wout van Aert would be able to survive. So yeah, it was a little bit surprising and a little bit worrying for me because it doesn't say to me that Wout's going to be like that competitive on the hillier terrain in a faster case. Then where is he going to be competitive or kind of useful in the team? Because if he's not going to be the mountain support, okay, he's just sort of like just a lead out for Olav Koy. But I think you're right, he could also ride himself into this race and get better as the stages go on. I think that's certainly possible, and for the sake of the race and the intrigue, I would hope that that is going to be what's going to happen.
Is he just going to be committing to a domestique role now, or is a stage win out of the scope now? Well, he came so close on stage one.
I mean, a stage has to be within possibilities somewhere. I mean, honestly, I'm not feeling that confident even about that stage five. Really, I think that's again kind of got Pedersen written all over it. But maybe like a stage eight, like yeah, there's a big climb in the middle of there, but it's got softer climbs to finish, so maybe something like that. Or stage 11. Okay, he's got to get over the San Pellegrino climb, but those final climbs are better for him. Yeah, I think there are some stages where if he can ride himself into it, maybe even like a stage 17 or yeah, something like that could be quite good for him. So I think there are a handful of opportunities still left for Wout van Aert if he builds himself into this race.
What do you make of Astana Kazakhstan team or XDS Astana? How well they're riding. Another top 10 with Christian Scaroni, and obviously now they have control of the Masters jersey with Lorenzo Fortunato, who is obviously a really good climber. So yeah, so far so good. And do you think he might be the winner of the blue jersey, or is it maybe a bit too early to say?
I've been very impressed with him so far. And I think there's still more to come because this is a team more orientated around breakaway success rather than the sprinting sort of more orientated and time trial orientated first 3 days. So I think there's still more to come from them. Yes, Fortunato, it might be early to declare that he's going to win the KOM classification, but he also has a 10-point lead on Sylvain Monique, who he seems to be clearly better than at the moment because otherwise Monique would have competed with him for those points today. Bilbao maybe could be interested in it as well, but if you were to take everyone else out of it and you say that, okay, his other competitors already are at a 28-point disadvantage, so, it's like I say with the GC, the points scored in this first few days for Fortunato are worth the same number of points as later on. So I think it's really interesting, and I think Fortunato has definitely got this as his main goal. I guess it's good that he can have a few days off, basically, because the next few days don't have that many KOM points, or if they do, they're smaller category ones, which probably aren't worthwhile you going full gas for, and he can just kind of hold himself back for those bigger mountain days where he can try and pick them up in the middle of the day. And I think that's going to be really interesting to see how Astana play that.